Hello, 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 hello. I hope you're smiling wherever you are. I'm going to be talking a little bit about imposter syndrome. Somebody's asked specifically for me to address this. Now, imposter syndrome is when someone doesn't believe that their achievements were legitimate. Not legitimate, that's not a right word. They just feel like they have walked into that space not having really earned it, or they feel like they don't belong there, even though they earned it. I'm not sure if you can relate to that. A lot of people seem to be experiencing that because it seemed to be very popular, a popular word, this imposter syndrome. And it reminds me of my experience. I would never label myself having imposter syndrome because I just don't like the term. But that's just me. But in order to explain it and how my experience of it, I will give you this example. So when I studied for my first degree, that's when I would say that, yeah, I experienced this kind of feeling. I remember when I got my degree and I looked at it and I thought, wow, it says Dashna Walsh, a degree, a 2-1 in biomedical sciences, which is biochemistry, physiology, and pharmacology. And I was just like, wow. And on top of that, I had a child. I had a baby. I did this degree with a baby. And instead of being impressed with myself, I remember feeling like, what the heck? That don't make any sense because, yeah. And then I remember just physically feeling that I just did not belong. And the whole concept of what I just achieved just felt so wrong. But hey, I had a degree and now I have to get a job. And, but I didn't want, I didn't go on and get a job. I went and got a second degree, and this degree was in chiropractic. And not only did I get the bachelor's science, I went on to do the master's to become a chiropractor, to actually get the doctorate for chiropractic. And I'm a doctor of chiropractic. And I remember starting as a chiropractor, working with patients, and it just felt every time people would walk into the room and say, hello, Dr. Tashna, or would address me, or I had to write a letter to a GP or someone to explain a patient's condition or something. It just felt so surreal. It felt like, oh my God, I don't belong here. I should be somewhere else, exactly where someone else told me that I deserve to be, which is not going to amount to anything, not very clever, not very smart, very stupid, very simple. Those were the words I kind of grew up hearing about myself. So having become a doctor, it took me a while to embrace it, and it took me years. It didn't take me a short time, it took me years. And thankfully I had some really good mentors who basically helped me to see the potential within myself. But cut a long story short, imposter syndrome is you not believing in yourself. It's not believing in your potential because somewhere down the line, somewhere in the past, someone told you that you didn't have that capability, you didn't have that potential, or you interpreted that from some experience that you had, that you didn't have the potential, you not smart enough, not good enough for this. And of course, you carry that subconsciously with you. So even though you've gone on to do something and now you've got this amazing position, or you've got this amazing business or something, you don't believe that. You're like, it doesn't feel like it matches who you are. And it's important that you actually do the work in order to balance the scales, because sometimes you'll find that you'll self-sabotage yourself out of the good stuff that you've achieved. So work on the subconscious belief that you don't deserve it, because you absolutely do. You would, if you didn't, you wouldn't have achieved it. So you absolutely deserve it. So you need to work on that subconscious belief. So imposter syndrome starts with loving yourself. Unwinding that or getting rid of that syndrome. It starts with loving yourself, recognizing who you are, why you're here, and how beautiful you are, how perfectly you are made, because you're here on the earth with your purpose. Whether you know what that purpose is or not, you have one. You're here, and so let no one tell you, and especially all those subconscious beliefs that someone told you, there's somebody else's projection onto you. Okay, so just remember, even though they're wired inside of you, they're not yours. They're a projection. Especially if you're a child, you had no way of defending the information that was, defending yourself from the information that was going in. Because your analytical mind between the ages of 0 to 6 or 7 is not fully developed. You can't go, but why? Yes, when children turn 4 and 5 and 6, they start asking those questions, but it's not fully developed until you're 6, 7, and sometimes a bit later for some kids. But it just means that you are a sponge, so whatever adults tell you, you believe. So if they tell you you're stupid, you believe you're stupid. If they tell you you're not good for anything, you believe you're not good for anything. If they tell you you're not going to get anywhere in life, you believe that. But somehow, your spirit tells you that I have this desire. Come on, let's go and find this thing. Then you find the thing and you realize that actually I did the thing, I pushed through everything and I did it. But you still have that subconscious wiring sabotaging you, pulling you, making you feel this discord. So you just need to work on that. It's really easy to work on. So in RTT, which is a business I'm into, is we get into the subconscious mind and we help you to turn those beliefs around. Now, because the subconscious mind is so powerful, it's 95% of your mind, it's hard for you to just use your willpower to change the belief. Okay? It's not that simple. Some people can do that. I did it, but it takes a long time. It takes a long time. It's taken me 10 years to get this far. So if you want to do that, just recognize that it's going to take some time. But if you want quick turnaround, then hypnotherapy, which basically you get relaxed into a nice deep state of relaxation. You still are very aware of what's going on. And then in that state, you're having a conversation with your hypnotherapist who is helping you to find where the root cause of the subconscious belief lies. And then we just basically dig it up, analyze it, turn it around, throw out what needs to be thrown out, and put positive things in that are going to really support your growth and support your success in life. And so you don't have this discord in your body where you feel like, oh my God, I don't belong here. And you fully feel like you can stand in this space of self-belief, of self-love, of self-esteem and confidence, knowing that this is who I am and I am very proud and well done. Well done, me. Well done, you. Okay? So if you ever feel like that, just recognize it's your spirit. It's that part of you that wants you to be more of you. Yeah? That wants you to grow, to be the best version of you. It's just calling to you saying, hey, come on. This feeling that you're feeling, let's deal with it. Let's get it out of us because we have so much more to do. So listen to it. Okay? Listen to it. Don't be afraid of it and don't label yourself. Don't label yourself as an imposter because you're not an imposter. All of these parts of you are parts of you. Okay? And you can choose which parts you want to remain living with or which parts you want to be rid of. Okay? But they're all parts of you because they're your experience through life. So don't be afraid of them and don't be embarrassed by them. Okay? And certainly don't label yourself in a negative way. All right. Hope that makes sense. Sending you love. Till next time.